Let's get you more breaking updates also coming in. The Isha Foundation has welcomed the intervention by the Supreme Court in the case, and it says, since the matter is sub judice, we will not be able to comment further, but they have welcomed the decision of the Supreme Court. So, after the intervention of the Supreme Court, the Isha Foundation, of course, saying that the matter continues to be sub judice, but also going on to say that we welcome the Supreme Court's intervention. Let's go across to legal editor Harish Nair joining us on the broadcast. Harish, today was a big day in the Supreme Court after the raids took place. The Supreme Court took note of it and has made some strong observations as well. Take us through all that happened in the top court.
Yes, that's right, Pratibha. In fact, the Supreme Court bench, in fact, what is important is that this matter was not listed, but was taken up for hearing on an mentioning by senior advocate Mukul Rohatgi, who had appeared for the Isha Foundation, sensing the urgency of the matter, because the Mukul Rohatgi said that police raids were on based on false allegations. The Chief Justice prima facie made an observation that it is not proper to send an army of policemen to an institution in this manner. Prima facie, the High Court is wrong. And also, what is the turning point, Pratibha, was the fact that the Chief Justice opted to interact with the two girls who were staying in the ashram for last 8 years, and they told the Chief Justice that they were staying in the ashram on their own accord, and there was no element of coercion or force, and the stay was voluntary, and also they were allowed to move around in the ashram, and in fact rubbish the allegation by the father that they are kept captive. And one of the girl also went on to tell the Chief Justice that she also recently participated in a 10-kilometer marathon to drive home her point that they were leading a very free life, and they were staying in the ashram as per their own sweet will. So taking these submissions by the girls into consideration, the Supreme Court passed a series of orders. The big takeaways being that, Pratibha, number one, Supreme Court has stayed any further police action against the Isha Foundation of Sadhguru. Number two, the Supreme Court has ordered that the status report the police was asked to submit to the Madras High Court. That report has to be now submitted to the Supreme Court, and Supreme Court has stayed all coercive action, all possible coercive action against anyone in this matter, and now the matter has been kept for further hearing on October 18th. This is after Mukul Rohatgi, the senior advocate who had represented the Isha Foundation, said that now that the Chief Justice had heard the girls that they had stayed there on their own free will, the Supreme Court should also examine the fact that there is somebody behind all these allegations, and that truth has to come out. So the Chief Justice found prima facie merit in these arguments and has said that Supreme Court will examine all these aspects. And so the main order was that the entire proceedings has been now transferred from the Madras High Court to the Supreme Court. Remember, Madras High Court had made some observations against the foundation and had also said that asked the police to submit a status report as regarding all the criminal cases alleged against the foundation, and this was on the habeas corpus petition filed by the father of the two girls who had alleged that their daughters were held captive in the Isha Foundation, and they wanted to come back home, but they were not allowed. But
so the Chief Justice coming on record and saying that it's absolutely false. Harish, I request you to stay with us. We have more reactions also coming in after the Supreme Court decision on Isha Foundation. The BJP has slammed the anti-Sanathan DMK. In fact, the BJP has come out to say that Sadhguru had spoken against conversions, and that's the reason why he was targeted.
Mr. Stalin is an anti-Hindu politician. The DMK government is an anti-Sanatan government. His son had said that Sanatan is like dengue, malaria, AIDS. The action on Jaggi Vasudev Sadhguruji's ashram was purely inspired for the DMK government's Hindu hate, malice and vindictiveness. The stay by Supreme Court is welcome. The DMK government could not digest the fact that Jaggi Vasudev Sadhguruji was speaking against forced religious conversion and was speaking for Sanatan.
So BJP says that Sadhguru had spoken up on forced conversions and that's why he was targeted by the DMK government. In fact, after the Supreme Court coming in, the DMK's reaction is now coming in. Let's cut across.
So do you think there is any relation to religion?
Never where we enter. This is the wrong concept. When DMK was started for the only purpose of providing education and employment to Hindus.
Okay.
Not to Muslims or Christians. Those Hindus who were backward classes and scheduled caste people, who were sidelined by the Sanatan.
Okay.
Sanatan Dharma sidelined 90% of the people, Hindu people, who were called as, why they have called them as backward classes and scheduled caste? Because of Manu Dharma and Sanatana Dharma. The party was started, the movement was started only to give them education and employment. So this is the party which has worked so long for the welfare of the Hindus who were sidelined and insulted by the upper caste people, which is what they call as Sanatana Dharma.
Okay.
So we are not against Hindus.
Okay.
We are for Hindus,
Okay.
particularly those who are backward classes and scheduled castes who were neglected by the upper caste people.
So the BJP is saying that Sadhguru was targeted because he decided to speak up against the forced conversions and that's why he was targeted by the DMK government. We have Shehzad Poonawalla, national spokesperson of the BJP, joining us on the broadcast. Shehzad, the DMK has now dismissed these allegations and says that we are for Hindus. That's what the DMK party stands for.
One thing is very clear that the over-enthusiastic, extremely hasty action that was taken by the Tamil Nadu police, where 150 policemen were sent to barge into the Isha Foundation, seems to be driven by not the issue at hand, but by an agenda. And the larger agenda is Sanatan Samapti. The larger agenda is that those who do illegal conversions, DMK government patronizes them. The larger agenda is that they never issue a crackdown on any other faith leaders. It is only against certain faiths that they do this because it is a politically driven agenda, and we've seen this. Rahul Gandhi says Pran Pratishtha is Najgana. Akhilesh Yadav says Mathadish is equal to mafia. They don't say it about Madarsa. So it is driven by anti-Sanatan, anti-Hindu hatred that is in the veins of DMK Congress, and therefore they use this to crack down upon Sadhguru. But the Supreme Court has put a stay on this, thereby busting their agenda. And I just have one question today. There are hundreds of illegal activities taking place in the name of conversion. Show me one action DMK government has taken. One action that they have taken in the next few hours that they went into the Isha Foundation. Like that, if they can show me one action, they won't be able to show.
Okay. In fact, in the Supreme Court, at the center of this complaint is also the claim that two girls are being held against their will. In the Supreme Court, the two girls have come out to say that this is mere harassment, and the hearing in the case is going to continue on the 18th of October, with the top court also going to look at whether there is a larger conspiracy at hand here.
ये सब बहाना है ईशा फाउंडेशन को टारगेट करवाना है, क्योंकि सनातन पर निशाना है. जो भी सनातन और हिंदू के लिए बोलेगा, the DMK Congress puts them on a radar. So this radar has been set on anybody who speaks about Sanatan, and therefore it is my charge, it is my categorical accusation that the DMK Congress government sought an opportunity to target the Isha Foundation, and I hope they will apologize to those who are the believers and the followers of Isha Foundation. They must publicly apologize.
Okay, all right. Shehzad, thank you for joining us. So the BJP saying that this is targeting of Sadhguru because he had decided to speak up, and this is the targeting of Sanatanis yet again by the DMK government. My colleague Varshini is joining us on the broadcast over the politics that's also playing out. We heard what happened in the top court. Well, Varshini, a lot of questions now being raised. This is after the action by the Supreme Court that has now intervened in the matter. Many questioning the action of the Tamil Nadu police in going into the ashram.
The DMK spokesperson, DMK senior leader T.K. Zilangovan, who just spoke to us, spoke about how this matter is under subjudice and there was no intervention of any political, leaders or any politics into this entire issue. The court, the Madras High Court, had in fact mandated these searches to take place and a report to be submitted by the Tamil Nadu police to the court with regards to the complaint, with regards to the petition that was moved by a father of the two female people who have been inside Isha Foundation, and that is why the Tamil Nadu police has conducted the searches, is what the DMK is speaking here, and the DMK is very clear about how the matter is under subjudice and that they don't want to talk about it because the courts will take care of the issues, what they're saying. But on the other side, the political controversy that is brewing here, the BJP that is attacking the DMK for being anti-Sanatan and anti-Hindu, is what the DMK is defending itself. They are saying that they have never been against Hinduism. In fact, the party itself was started for the benefit of Hindus who were marginalized and who were oppressed by the caste Hindus. Therefore, nobody can call DMK as an anti-Hindu party, is what the DMK is defending itself at this point.
So that's the response that has come in from the DMK, but the BJP, of course, saying that this is selective targeting of Sadhguru because of the work that he does.